EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Oakland. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They're running it.
On second down, Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Hey. You got 3. 734. 57's Mike.
From the gun, it's Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Roberts got it. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
This is Richard. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
That's it.
From the 29, Carr, incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going into
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Intended for Jalen Richard. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be taken very short. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Roberts has it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Dancing to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Curtis Riley. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Richard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down.
Oh, shit.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. 20. There he goes right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, well, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Down! 57! 180! Hey, we're good, we're good! 180! Let's bring it! 93! 93!
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Now Jackson on first down. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
How you keep streaming?
Oh, yeah. Haven't won one yet today. Hopefully this one will be the one.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tough...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And an alley to run. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Jackson, flush to his right. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there, a huge loss to here Whitehead. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
From the 27, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
He got one time ever to get out there.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try.
No.
But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Jackson. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. Now it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
16 yards. 1st down, Raven.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. This is Ingram. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Ingram again. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
29. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back.
Back to throw. Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And now look at him go. The 40. The 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone from your tight end.
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
This will be taken short. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Oh,
This
you
will get
lucky
out of
ass.
bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Ooh.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go now. Put you on it. Put you on it. We ain't giving them nothing to do.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And the return will stop them well inside their own.
Yeah, you faggot. Another quitter. Finally a dub.